Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we'll be taking a look at the new Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series from the Mandalorian show on Disney Plus. The Mandalorian Fleet Commander 112 scale action figure. If you are anything like me, any Mandalorian figures are welcome into my collection. I love to keep building the Mandalorian characters throughout, building an army. They look fantastic. I love the overall aesthetic and the lore of Mandalore and the Mandalorians. So here he is. I think he looks fantastic. I love the colors they use for this figure. You can see that the helmet, the pistol, and the backpack and behind the figure there, and that blue pops right outside the packaging. Speaking of the packaging, for all you package collectors, let's get a quick look at the packaging and then the figure. Here's the front of the packaging. Here's the back of the packaging. The art looks fantastic. Very cool. You can see some of the ships there on the top, way in the background. Looks very cool. And here's the other side of the packaging. Top of the box. Bottom of the box. And there's the UPC, if that helps you guys at all. I found these at Walmart, $24.96. So go get them, use UPC, see if they have any in the back. Good luck to you guys. Alright, here he is outside the packaging, and I want to say it looks pretty amazing. The blue and the gray looks fantastic on this figure. So let's go ahead and start taking a look at the figure's aesthetics. Here's the head sculpt. Just a basic plain face, nothing special. Eyes look pretty decent. It just has pretty much a very short haircut, just all black hair. Nothing to see really, just a more of a shave, fade, whatever you want to call it, type of haircut. His Mandalorian armor is quite, thin. It's just sculpted on. Has the gray piece here. It looks like this piece in the front is a piece and it connects to the back of the armor. Then he has some straps sculpting there. There's a peg hole for his jetpack. And then on the front we do have the plates here. There's a little red paint. These are the, oh, I wish I wouldn't do this. This whole wave has these, like these shoulder pads, upper armor, just kind of just has a hoop on it like this, and they put the arm peg through it, and then they put the figure, the arm into the figure, so that, kind of wraps around that, so it kind of rotates with the figure, but then that wears out and it breaks off. I've seen that before, and it's a bad design. I can't believe Hasbro actually picked that up from, I see that from the Warhammer figures a lot, the version 2 bodies. So it's not something I hope they continue with very much. So just know to be very careful with your overall tolerances, because you can rip those hoops and then you're in trouble. And your figure's ruined. This dark blue under clothing. This metallic blue armor is fantastic. It's really silver right there. You see maybe the flamethrower, grappling hook, whatever this particular character uses in his loadout. Nice blue on his hand there. Yes, kind of has a silver there also. The same kind of features. There's a keypad there on that arm. A little more color, like different colors would have been cool. We make that pop maybe. Leave something keypad or some type of, like, this little bit of red there. Something, like those little screen there. Maybe made just a little bit of color. A brown belt, a gunmetal type buckle, some pouches around the figure for gear, which obviously they don't open, it's just sculpted on. I like the darker blue they use, this navy type blue. And then the beautiful metallic pads. This one looks really cool. This looks off-centered or something. And this they definitely have two different shapes. It's just, looks like it's maybe backwards, but probably the design of it. We have these flat gray plastic knee pads, some type of devices there on each side, rockets maybe. Brown shin guards here with the gray plastic over top for extra armor, and the design there is pretty cool. And then he has his black boots with a brown cover on the top that give it the illusion that this cover comes down over the top of his foot to protect it. Very nice looking figure. Very cool. The blue is absolutely really cool, really stunning in person. Versus the overall product images, I do like how it came out overall in the finished product. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation of this character. He can look down. Now, one of the characters I hope has great articulation up is the Mandalorians, because they do fly. So you definitely got to get some nice head tolerances and range. And he can look up pretty good. And he has the overall ball joint here, 360, the side to side, the up and down, and then you have a little more with the neck at the base. So if he's flying, you probably can get a decent. I think they should definitely work on that, especially flying characters. But he can look up pretty good overall. Arms on the ball joints, I'm not gonna. They do rotate, so if you want to do that, you can. Because of that design, I don't like doing that now on this figure, at least. Get the T-pose. They go up and out the way, but it's the rotation and movement is gonna just tear that up. Single jointed elbows, 360 rotation at the elbow. The hand has 360 rotation all the way around, and it has the up and down on that one for his gun. Pretty much the same. Nope, this one has the in and out one. Now they gave it one of each on figure that doesn't have more than one accessory, so that's just wonderful. There's some type of upper just cut here on the back. And the stomach area rotation, a little back and forth, not much, a little side to side. Then you have the rotation of the waist. It's just stuck. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to break the figure. The splits are about, that's it. For some reason it just stops there. Can he sit? Yeah, for the most part it's not perfect, but he can probably sit. And we have his single jointed 90 degree, just above 90 degree bend on his knees, knee double joints on the elbows, and on the knees Hasbro. Now his feet do pivot way down, which is really cool because he is a flying character. So that's awesome. A little little up, not a whole lot. Then you have the rotation around the ankle if that's something you're looking for. And your posability. We'll take a look at him trying in a flying type pose here in a bit as we get through our segments of our video here. Overall, so this poof out. That's not a good design. Very bad design. This, if you're going to do that, just believe me, sculpt them on. Forget about their overall, aesthetic. Just sculpt them on. It's like, you're not getting double jointed knees anyway, so what's the point? Here's his helmet. Looks fantastic. Love that blue, the black and gray, right? The gray on the front here. A little bit of that gunmetal on the side. Makes it pop. There's a panel on the back. That's really cool. Then we have his antenna or visor here, and it's kind of stiff, so that's kind of good. Can drop down. There's a stop right there, so don't force that. I can feel the stop. And it kind of stops right there too. There's a stop. It keeps it from going any further in that range. And it's an over the head helmet, so, wow, it does. Really loose. Of course it is. But there's with his scouter down. And then we can pull it back up, and it looks kind of like that. I still love the overall aesthetic, and the paint is fantastic on this figure. Even though this looks like plastic, gray plastic, it's appropriate for this figure, but this is ridiculous. Sorry guys, disappoint you if you think that was going to stay on anytime soon. But there it is. So it comes with one pistol. Obviously, we've seen these types before in a 110 scale and a 112 scale. These are Mandalorian pistols. The plastic quality, it's stiff, so that's good. It's a tiny bit of flexibility, but it's pretty hard for what it's worth. For Hasbro's weapons, plastic quality on all the brands seem to be something they need to fix in 2024. And he can hold his pistol decently. And because he has the up and down on that wrist, so you can pose that wherever you want. Unfortunately, I don't see a place to keep it, which is a missed opportunity. I know he might not have that aesthetic, but I'm pretty sure on the show he has somewhere he kept it. And just a missed opportunity to make the figure even better. Oh well, let's move on. The jetpack is pretty decent. I like how it looks. I like the blue and the silver on this. It looks amazing. The paint is spot on. Gunmetal. So this is the gunmetal. This is kind of silverish here. They use it very nicely throughout. These are drill. So if you have some type of blast effects, you can utilize it. These do rotate, which is pretty cool. So you get different positions in your posability and in your figure photography, playability, whatever your cup of tea is. This is pretty cool. I don't know why we need 3 holes in our figure. Either give us real working backpack straps or just give us one hole that works. This just makes it look like when you have your figure off, your backpack off, looks ridiculous. So you gotta hit all 3 holes now. That's what she said. And let's just stay on. Yeah, for the most part. Not too much gappage there. Says on better than a helmet. So it looks pretty cool. So if we want to get him, there again, the helmet is another issue. But the overall, you're looking forward in our flying position. Yeah, so try to give a decent look to it here. So overall, it looks pretty cool. Helmet flops around, so he's flying. So looking forward, I mean, if he was this way, he's going to be looking down. Kind of got to angle him up. And you can kind of position these wherever position you're at. If you have really cool blast effects, that'd be awesome. You know, so us. I mean, it's an awesome figure. It's not perfect. It's far from being perfect, but it's a very cool figure to have. Overall, just saying, yeah, I like him. Alright, so there he is, my final thoughts. I love the paint. The articulation is one of the issues I have. Should be double jointed knees and elbows. The neck should have a better designed neck for flying characters. The lack of a pistol holster is definitely going to improve the figure. The loose helmet is not good. I like how the actually scouter kind of just stops where it needs to be instead of unnecessary 360 rotation, which doesn't make any sense. So that's pretty cool. Paint's beautiful. He's a cool character. Do I recommend him? Yep, he's cool. He's not perfect, but he'll make a nice addition to your Mandalorian army for now until we get an update, which they like to re-update figures, make us buy them 10 times over again. So don't worry, I'm sure we'll get better articulation and range of motion. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below, and we'll see you in our next review.